2, 1. And welcome back to the basement.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mick Jones.
Jay's here.
Well, you guys were all doing hey, and I just want to do something different.
So yeah, we're all like, yeah, Mick Jones, and he's all Scatman Crothers.
Pretty much thumbs it up.
Who sang that song, The Scatman? It was a hit a few years ago.
God, who gives a shit? That song sucks.
I know that song was.
I'm the Scatman. Yeah.
Huh?
What are we talking about?
It was
what we talking about.
It was the thing. It was the thing. It was the thing.
I don't think I heard
I'm
that
sad
song.
I missed that.
He said he missed that. He's Shannon Barnes and everyone.
Ah.
Hi.
Hi. So, hey, just want to say again, thanks for all the books. They're still coming. I had like 3 today. And I read one on the way. It was Who Would Win? Tasmanian Devil versus Wolverine.
I'm pretty sure what the ultimate irony of that is that's one of the books I ordered for you.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And it's a Wolverine, by the way.
The Wolverine win.
But it's great. At one point, the show's like, it says, "Book intruder. The honey badger is mad. The honey badger wants to be in this book."
Book intruder.
It's a whole line of books.
I love
Now imagine this. You're a 10-year-old boy, Kerry
Yeah.
Jackson. Your teacher has a whole, 13, 14, 15 books that are all just like, who would win? Hornet versus praying mantis.
Oh.
You know?
That's a good one.
Shark versus tiger.
Ooh.
You know?
Shark.
Well, no, they're friends. Sharks and tigers are friends.
Oh.
actually.
Yeah.
What about Tiger Shark?
When they team up?
Oh no, it's bears and sharks. I'm sorry, it's bears.
No,
not
but so
tigers.
anyway,
Awesome.
thanks for sending the books. It's been really cool. Like I said, they're still coming. And come to my pub quiz every Wednesday night, 8:30. Lucky 13. You might want to get there a little early because I think we're going to be moving back inside.
Yeah,
As
it's
it
getting
cools.
chilly.
And it's a good time. Yeah,
Thank you.
they got good hamburgers at the Lucky 13.
Ooh.
They got a great staff,
That's good.
and I'm fucking hilarious.
Yes, you are.
I read it on your Yelp review.
He read it on his Yelp review. He's Jimmy Martin.
Hi. Watch me on KSL, Big Movie Mouth Offs. Listen to me on the Arrow, Geek Show, Mediocre Show, and Read Me and Slug. Stay tuned to the end of this episode.
Oh my God,
It's going to get nuts.
we got 3 movies, and he's interviewed everybody from them.
Yep.
That's so cool, Jimmy. I'm so proud of you, man.
So 3 junkets in 1 week. As we record this, it ain't happened yet, but I'm going to be
So-
fucking tired.
Can we call you Junket Jimmy?
Nope, can't.
What about Jimmy
so-
Junket?
That's
call-
right. I'll
Ooh.
take it.
I'm just
Jimmy Junket. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna stick them together. I'm gonna just start calling him Junkie.
So he's got
Monkey.
he's got the cast and creators of Geostorm,
Yeah.
Only the Brave,
Uh-huh.
and Madea Halloween 2. Halloween 2.
I want to see this.
I've already interviewed him once.
I know, but
Yeah,
it's
he's
just like
a
I
nice
just
guy.
I know he's employed the city of
Atlanta, all of them.
Wait, so are you going to interview Gerard Butler too?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Josh Brolin and
Yo,
Only the Brave.
oh,
I'm
cool.
going to talk to Thanos.
Is G-Bard a nice person?
Huh?
Is G-Bard a nice person?
I've never interviewed him.
Oh.
First time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to. As we
Oh,
record this, I
okay.
haven't gone yet. But
So Gerard, you fucked all of Hollywood, ladies.
he goes, uh-huh.
Yeah.
I have.
And
Aye.
what do you want to know about it?
Bro.
So I'm guessing. I mean, it's gonna be a lot. Probably 7 interviews, give or take.
That's
All right.
so cool,
So
man.
we'll
The
see.
end of the episode.
I'll make sure your wife doesn't lose your dog while you're gone.
Thank you.
right.
Please do.
Jimmy Junkets, everybody.
Junkie Martin.
So there you have it.
I love it, man. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
He's proud of Jimmy.
Yes, right.
He's Jay Whitaker.
Yes, I am. Hey, what's up? Good morning. Hope you're having a good day and shit. Follow me on the social medias at It's Jay Whitaker. Check out this Joey spinoff. I call the podcast the Joey spinoff. Is the incredibly vocal minority.
What do you do on that?
So he's got Drea Di Matteo, and he's going to get canceled after a season.
That's right.
Pretty much. It's my Joey spinoff.
He's already worked with Drea Day.
Which I have. The first panel guest I ever interviewed.
I remember you did that thing because we were doing Geek Show and you had to leave, and you were right above us. We all kept looking up, wonder what he's doing.
Just check it out. It's only 30 minutes long, and listen to it after you listen to Geek Show. It's like a a version of Geek Show dumbed down for people
What
who
can they expect, Jason Whitaker?
urban talk. It's
Oh, really?
it's a lot of like, hey, it's a lot of like, bruh.
Time to turn in.
Yeah.
Brotherhood fam,
Tune in.
we get Brotherhood fam on there.
Okay.
And then after you hang out at Shannon's pub quiz on Wednesdays, come fucks with me at Green Pig on Thursdays. We're doing karaoke. Karaoke at 9 p.m. is actually a good time. We had a great time. So yeah, that's where I work.
What time?
9 p.m. on Thursdays.
On Thursdays,
Yeah,
okay.
Green Pig.
All right.
And then I think watch me on In the Vault at Go 90 and check me out on. Yeah, that's it. I got a lot of shit now.
And scene.
He's directing the scene. He is the producer and designated driver of the program. He is Quad T.
And the lights come up, and it's me.
He's so white.
Hey.
No, he's not.
Hey, guys. Check me out on Twitter at QuadTTony. And after you've listened to the Geek Show and the incredibly vocal minority, check out the Gadget Spot with myself, Excitable James,
Oh, wow.
Jaron, and Owen, where we talk about gadgets, tech, and video games.
One of these things is not like the other. Which one could it be?
It's probably mine.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
You sound so uncomfortable saying incredibly vocal minority.
That was funny.
I had to try and remember the whole title. It's long.
That was funny. He's not giving me anything.
I wrote myself a note.
He's
Say
lead-
nothing.
He's a selfish lover. He's lead George
I am.
Strait.
I try to keep it towards the end. All right, I'm going to try to keep this as brief as I can because not to be a big downer, but there's a biological precedent that men in my family kill dead at 52.
Oh, jeez.
I'm turning 48, so I'm
Oh.
getting a little manic. So, so
It's
anyway,
his birthday tomorrow.
You got a whole
yeah.
replicant's life
No,
ahead of you.
yeah. No, I mean,
I was just
it's
thinking that. I understand that reference.
I got the vegan monkey heart. It'll be good.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll make it.
Live
54.
life like you're
Anyway,
a replicant, buddy.
I've just decided that a life with regrets is a life not worth living. So I'm getting everything I can possibly get out of my head and into the world.
Really?
Yeah. So
I should never do that.
yeah.
Here comes the errands of grievances.
So first,
No, Leigh George Cage is going to get me through an administration. I'll just say that.
I will
I
try
love you,
my
man.
I will
I
try
love
my
you.
damnedest. First off, big changes with Frisch at the restaurant because the jerky empire kind of got ahead of us.
Yeah.
Like we were having a hard time keeping up with orders. We hit our 6-month point like a month in, and we hit our year point 3 months in. So we had to shut part of the restaurant down, and that kind of upset some people. We're still open Monday through Friday, 11 to 5. You can get your vegan food there. You can get the jerky there. You can also get that at a place in the commercial that we're going to record because it'll take too long to talk about, and that list is just getting longer all the time.
Sweet.
Let's just say the Amazon of vegan stores is now a distributor of Frisch jerky. So
And it's
For
now what's that
real?
called?
yeah, it's called Vegan Essentials. It's the largest online retailer of,
You hear
of
that?
vegan
You hear that,
goods.
folks? It's essential.
Yeah.
Nice.
So and you know we got our nutritional information figured out. So we're
I
hitting.
saw that, man.
Yeah.
It looks great.
Thank you. So we're hitting retailers around the country. So and that could go some interesting places. So along with that, though, I do have an animated series that I'm starting. It's about an animated otter. His name's Jiminy Junkets.
Yay!
And
Can I do the voice?
Yeah.
Sweet.
But we got to make it higher pitched. But yeah, he travels around with his badger friend, and they interview celebrities. Actually, I really should do this now I'm thinking about it.
You should.
Write it down.
So,
Write it down.
I want to be the badger.
but
Hi, I'm a
then,
badger.
about 14 months ago, I crossed something off my bucket list. I actually self-published a coloring storybook with monsters in it. Yeah. Called Grimley's Beastly Oddities Volume 1. Volume 2 is on Kickstarter right now as we speak. I do have a $5,000 funding goal because, frankly, if I'm going to draw and write the damn thing, it better be worth it. But it's almost done. I'm almost finished drawing and writing it. But once we hit that $5,000 stretch goal, every $500 we do over that, I'm going to be doing a Geek Show panelist as a monster. So
I heard mine, and I'm
Yeah.
really fucking excited.
So I'm not saying who the other people are, but we are going to start with Tony.
Oh,
Let's just say
I can
we're
go first?
Yeah, we hit $5,500 on the Grimley's book on Kickstarter, and we're going to do the ungrained Bigfoot picture, and you'll actually see that it was Triple T.
It's
so.
me.
I am so like when he when you told me what I was going to be, I was like, oh my God, I love you.
So, and that's one of the things is once it hits the $5,000 goal, I'm excited about that. That means it's funded. It's going to happen. But once we get to $7,000, that's when it becomes a Kickstarter exclusive. A lot of the stuff that ends up being in stretch goals will not be in the retail version of the book. So
Okay.
I'm
So
going
proud
to
of
be
you, dude.
doing 2 versions of it. So as opposed to Kerry, who only does 1 version of Geek Show.
But that's what I love about this shit. We all get to
Now, where
build shit.
do we go to do this?
For the coloring book, it's on Kickstarter until 11:59 p.m. on a Halloween night.
And it's called
Grimley's Beastly Oddities Volume 2.
There you
So
go.
you can either, it's Grimley's GRIMMLEIGHS because I like me, and so I put my name in everything.
So cool, man.
Yeah, thank you.
I love
very
it.
cool.
I love that this show gives us opportunities to just
Well,
branch
it's
out. and do
yeah,
our
it,
thing.
it gives us a venue to kind of share the crazy shit in our heads with people, and I appreciate everybody for. I mean, we're already like 40% funded, so
Nice.
there's a pretty good chance that we're going to hit
You know-
it. I want to hit the stretch goals though, because the first expanded story. So instead of having a coloring page of Count Olaf at the 1960s Parisian disco, it's going to be 5 pages of Count Olaf and his escapades.
You know who else is 40% funded? Our host.
Kerry Jackson.
I'm 40%.
I think he's more than 40% funded.
I was just trying to do. You know how he leads us in like.
I was gonna go with holding a piece of paper and drinking a Coca-Cola.
No, I mean, I was just trying to. I was trying to use.
It's
what
not
Lee-
very good radio.
That's just like Steve Carell, like cup,
Yep.
R2,
I love lamp.
badge.
I was just trying.
No, you did
I
good.
was trying to do the thing that you do.
Well, here's what I found. Speaking of 40%, because I did the Ancestry.com.
Whoa.
Oh.
You white as shit.
Jamaican.
Oh, say, finish.
Irish.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. So
40%. 40%.
Yeah.
What's the other 60?
Jamaican.
The other 40% is like Western European,
yeah.
and then there's other. The weird other was there's some Native American in there.
Not
See, I thought
surprised.
you always
but-
thought that.
Yeah, I was told that,
Yeah.
but it was not as much as I was told.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know,
1/15th.
I'm part Cherokee. You know how you.
My-
Give me a scholarship.
My wife had been told she was 1/16th Blackfoot her entire life, and when she did that, it came back, and she is Irish as Irish could be, which is also hysterical for someone who was told she was German her entire life.
Oh,
yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and I'm not surprisingly mostly Scandinavian, so my people burned your people's villages.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm mostly Sharpay.
Fight.
Sharpay.
I have one of those tests sitting on my counter. I need to do it and send it in.
It's fun to spit in things.
That's the one thing keeping me from doing it. It requires a lot of spit.
A lot of the
Well,
porns
I
I
was-
watch think that too.
And I'm
Listen, I was surprised it took that much. I had a hard time
Yeah.
getting that much spit.
That's what I haven't. Why I haven't
Wait,
done
you
it.
got
really-
how much spit do you need to do?
No, but
It's
seriously,
like a I
it's
mean,
about an ounce.
yeah.
Yeah,
I could do
You
that.
gotta
but if
Now.
you really want to freak
Well,
them out,
you're not supposed to do a loogie.
No,
That is not
and you can't have water or any liquid
for like 2 hours.
like an hour before.
Is that how long it is?
But if you
Yeah.
really want to freak them out, if you have a friend that's got like a bloodhound, just take a little of that and put it in there too.
That's $100 wasted.
No, that's $100 of entertainment.
Actually, if you want to see something really funny, it's the latest episode of South Park
Uh-huh.
where they do this, and
Yeah.
Randy kissed
Oh,
a Native
yeah.
American, and they swabbed his mouth, and so they said he was really like mainly Native American.
I found it $100 very well spent because my paternal lineage has been in question for nearly 50 years.
Ah.
So, sadly, the majority of the people that would matter to are long dead. But it was still nice to contact the few survivors and say, "Ha! I am family, fuckers."
Well,
Eat it. Yeah. My mom wasn't a whore, fuckers.
I was just happy to see that I didn't have any Russian.
Oh,
I've got Finnish, which is close.
Well, it's my segue.
Oh, fuck those Russians.
I was segue.
No.
Russians. You want to hear some Russian swear words?
I got a Russian story here.
Let's be nice to Russia.
Because it is the biggest horror movie
probably
of
ever.
probably of all time.
It is?
How
No.
sad is that?
The remake. It's all the money belongs to
there's
it.
so many phenomenal monster movies that
There are.
could have been bigger.
But it's all about it right now. And it is playing in Russia. But Burger King's Russian division has filed a complaint
Burgers are.
with the Federal Anti-Monopoly Service, the FAS, demanding that the movie It be banned from Russia.
Burger King.
They have a stronger clown union there.
The company claimed that the movie's clown character Pennywise looks too much like Ronald McDonald and therefore works as an
Oh
advertisement
my god.
for the rival fast food.
They do
brand.
understand that he kills children, right?
So does McDonald's.
Well,
We-
yeah.
Just takes longer.
We
Yeah.
can't be concerned with the content of the film, they say, because the writer and director have their own understanding of any character. But it's too close.
Wow.
Wow.
It's too close.
That's ridiculous.
And they had the same problem with Catwoman glorifying Hamburglar.
Yeah. So anyway,
Speaking of that, speaking of McDonald's, as I look at my clock, it's as we record this right now, it's 2:15 on October 7th.
Yeah.
They released the Szechuan sauce 14 minutes
Oh, the
ago.
Szechuan sauce.
Szechuan
The Rick and Morty is.
But did you hear? I read about.
I love it.
I read more about like the rules behind it. So you have to go and dine in.
Yep.
You have to order chicken nuggets, and each restaurant will most likely just get 20 packs.
yeah.
20
And there were only
They're gonna
here,
have good
here in
fucking
Utah.
luck.
There were only two locations.
two locations.
Yeah, the one on
in
7th.
I
one
was
in
gonna
Salt
drive-
Lake and one in Provo.
I meant to drive past because we did farmers market this morning. I wanted
Yeah.
to see if people were lined up, but
How-
it said 20 packets. I was like,
How-
fuck that.
It wasn't a good sauce to begin with.
I don't even remember.
Gotta
You
get
know,
that Szechuan
seriously,
sauce.
you can go online
Rick
and
and
find a
Morty,
recipe and
100
make it at
years.
home.
See, but Kat and I had the
100
argument
years.
of, like, why didn't they just mass produce it? It's the same thing that Pepsi did with those Back to the Future cups. Like, you would totally sell them out. You'd make a shit ton of money. And when 20 packs come out and 100 people walk away, they're going to be pissed. And they're going to just fucking hate your company.
They're going to be mad at McDonald's.
Yeah.
It's just stupid.
And while we're speaking about it, goddamn, it's so sad that,
That it's gone?
that it's gone. We only
Yeah.
got 10 episodes,
Yeah.
but they were fucking
Great.
Great.
No, that was the
Just
best season.
gold.
That was
Yeah.
the best season of Rick and Morty.
6 more months and I'll be able to watch it.
I like the end where Mr. Poopy Butthole comes out and goes, "Ooh-wee,
You guys,
man,
I hope you guys didn't fuck around.
I
Have
got
you
my
guys-
life together while I was waiting for it to come back. I went to school and got my GEED."
There's some great articles about the toxic fan base behind Rick and
Yeah.
Morty that I'm finding
Well,
really entertaining.
we'll get to that.
Oh,
Did
good.
you guys see the Mr. Poopy Butthole at at Salt Lake Comic Con?
No, was he there?
Two of them.
There was
good.
a couple, yeah.
Okay, now you weren't happy with it. You weren't.
Huh? I just think there's better scary movies.
Okay.
Did you see it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. I mean, it was good.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
good.
no complaints. But
Because-
No, there's definitely
it's
better
sometimes
scary
astonishing
movies.
to me
Yeah.
when like Grown Ups 2
Yeah.
outperforms a better movie.
Yeah.
Right.
Jesus.
So
Was it
Because-
Pacific Rim?
yes,
Well, because I saved this story for you because it involves something
I'm so selfish
That-
and you're so giving.
that I don't know about
Okay.
that I think that you might because they say it's one of them mangas, one of them animes. It producer is going to adapt the sci-fi epic Ma-K, M-A.K for Warner Brothers.
Nah, no clue.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is either.
This
Never
seemed. I thought this was all you.
See, anime has gone full fan service, so I'm having a hard time with it right now.
Okay.
I mean, I like jiggly boobs as much as the next dude, but when your whole show's fucking jiggly boobs,
it's-
it's
Sounds like a good show.
gets in the way of the robot fights.
It's let's see, Ma-K, epic sci-fi property out of Japan, originated in the early '80s in Hobby Japan magazine,
What?
a monthly comic magazine that was tied to customizable model kits. This is so
This is
you.
Leigh to a T.
It was created by artist and sculptor Kao Yokoyama, who worked with magazine editors to create an expansive universe combining of manga and models. So it's like tanks, giant robots, two-legged tanks.
I wonder if these are the kits that Revel stole to use
I
for
wonder.
their Robotech, not Robotech line of models.
The story set far into the future after a nuclear war causes survivors to flee Earth. When the planet is habitable once again, new colonies are set up, but it's not long before a battle over resources begins.
Like they do.
When one side wants to make the Earth independent, a new revolutionary war begins with mechanized armor and robots.
It's funny you say that because you said the IT producer's doing that, right?
yeah.
But the IT director, his next movie is Robotech.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
This shit
I
sounds
don't know.
fire.
Look that up. That just screams Lee George Cade. to me. Yeah. Just
If
like
it was
that.
if it was really early 80s and it didn't make it to the States, I would have never known about it.
I've never heard of it.
Because
Okay.
I'm surprised that I don't. I'm finding model kits on Amazon, and they're awesome. It was 82, 83 when a lot of we had Battle of the Planets, and we had Star Blazers, and those were really the only properties that made it from Japan to the States in the late 70s, early 80s.
I
and then
remember.
Robotech kicked.
Shogun Warriors. Yeah.
Shogun Warriors, the toys.
Yeah.
I don't remember a cartoon being attached.
No, we didn't get the cartoon.
Right.
Because I remember writing a letter to Channel 20
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure
But
they
they-
to
listened.
try to get
But
it.
they
yeah.
did when Robotech hit again on Channel 20. They 8 o'clock every morning, Monday through Friday, and that was '83, and that kicked off a whole wave of Voltron, everything animated or everything anime related hit, and not surprisingly, Transformers kicked a lot of that off too because that stuff had already been around since the late '70s, so it was just easy to.
I remember those days.
Sir,
I bet
sir,
you do.
this kid Kerry
better
really wants
stop.
this TV show.
there was an article or an ad in Starlog, I think it was, that said that this is the cartoon because I had the toys. You know, my creepy cousin Ray got me into them because he was somehow into them, and he got me into it. And I had a giant dragon, and I had Great Mazinga. I still have Great Mazinga.
The
around here
fist.
somewhere. Yeah,
And the
and there was I loved those toys, and
God.
there was an ad in Starlog that said, "Here's how you write to your local TV station to try to get us."
Maybe it was in the comic book. Maybe it was in
Syndicated.
the Marvel comic.
It might have been. I can't remember.
Okay,
but-
so Maquet, I had some of these models. I remember picking them up at Allied.
but you didn't know that they were a thing.
No, you remember Allied?
Yeah,
Yeah, Allied.
shop
Allied,
and save at Allied, and you'll be satisfied.
Right, twice a year. Somehow they ended up with a just shit ton of Japanese model kits.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I remember a couple of these. They were
Yeah,
pretty
there you
cool.
go.
Allied was my favorite place to buy Big Hunk and Abba-Zaba.
Yo, I fucks with Abba-Zaba. Like, I didn't really like Abba-Zaba until this one kid named Bruce brought that shit to school.
It's good, huh?
Yeah, and I was like, yo, where the fuck has this been all my life?
Yeah. Taffy
1940.
with peanut butter inside of it. It's good stuff.
I like cowtails.
That's too spicy for me.
Ketchup is spicy.
I like
So this-
pork rinds.
This is the head selection for pilots. You can do different heads.
Can we show the camera that?
From
Yeah,
Maquet.
But what I love about this is my favorite thing about any Japanese product translated into English is this is the Saito Heel Love Garden set.
It's very Japanese.
It looks like Snake Plissken.
I was going to say that.
Again, when I
Exactly.
see Snake
I thought it was
Plissken in a
George
mech
Lucas.
suit, I think to myself, Love Garden.
Well, see, he looks exactly like Metal Gear Solid 4, the third Snake clone that was president of the U.S.
And if this thing was super huge in Japan in the 80s, there's a pretty good chance that they said, hey,
Hideo Kojima
yeah,
probably saw it and was like,
nice.
Made
Well,
an
now I have a
impression.
whole new thing to get into.
There you go.
Yeah, because I didn't even know about Gundam until I was 18, and Gundam's been around since '76.
There you go. All right, tell you what. We'll you guys brought up the Rick and Morty fan article. Lee and I saw the same one. We're going to bring it up
Okay.
because, well, it's
Yeah.
on the way. It's not just
Rick and Morty's
it's
the
not
only
just
fan
Rick
base
and
that
Morty.
has
You sound like this is
Yeah.
bad.
Well, they
you sound
weren't-
like you're giving us bad news.
No, they weren't talking just about Rick and Morty.
No,
but
no, but they use it as an example,
Huh.
and I think it's time to check our geek privilege.
perhaps.
So let's do a break. We'll have some broken news coming up, and then we'll get into this, and then all of those celebrity interviews at the end.
Wait.
Yeah.
I have privilege now?
You
You got geek privilege.
Oh, shit, I've been waiting. I'm gonna do this.
Well, you lost it with that.
After
We're taking it away.
messages, we'll be right back.
Privilege.
1. And we're back.
Woo!
All right. Now, this is the thing that Leigh was talking about earlier.
The toxic fan bases.
I found it on Lifehacker.
And it's not exclusive to Rick and Morty.
No.
It's just that Rick and Morty
I was
right
gonna
now
say.
is at the peak.
Yeah.
The headline is, and it was, I think, designed specifically for clickbait because of the headline.
Right.
Nicholas Douglas wrote this. Horrible Rick and Morty fans demonstrate how not to be a fan.
Did you say Nicholas Douglas?
Nick Douglas.
I can't trust him. He's got 2 first names.
Douglas people
Mr.
still name those? Yeah, sure.
Mr. Douglas. So it starts off, why does everyone hate fans of the cartoon Rick and Morty? It's a question.
Nobody hates me, bro.
A question that spawned 2 massive threads on Rick and Morty fan sites. A Twitter search for Rick and Morty fan shows. A lot of people hate them, calling them obnoxious and elitist. And
What?
but yeah,
Where the fuck did this come from?
but what he's doing is he's luring you in.
Yeah,
He's luring you in with a bigger story.
Because I had a much different experience hanging out with thousands of them
Exactly.
this summer.
That's because you're one of them.
First of all, the evidence stated it's all online shit, and
Right.
we all know where that goes.
Right.
You know,
People turn into garbage humans on the internet.
It's
they do.
true. They do.
They do. So then the article goes on to say neither of these problems is unique to Rick and Morty, and it's possible, even easy, not to be either type of fan. So the headline is sensational, but the body of the article is again stuff that we've preached on this show, but I think needs to
For
be
nearly a decade.
yeah, it needs to be repeated every now and then because I still encounter it.
It's been happening with Star Trek. It's
Yeah.
been happening.
At Comic-Con. I encountered it. I've been encountering it. It's starting to raise its ugly head again because I think of the climate that we are in.
We're in a climate
Everybody
right
thinks
now where you already you say whatever stupid ass things coming out of your
And
stupid
it
ass
just doesn't
brain.
matter because it's my freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Right, man.
So
Right, man.
No one's a bigger fan of Rick and Morty than you are.
so here's some, again, just some good lessons to be reminded of. And I like the way that this guy Nick puts it together. First of all, don't be annoying. To some extent, any fan of anything popular will be a little annoying to a non-fan.
Okay.
If you don't watch Game of Thrones or Arrested Development or listen to One Direction or Beyonce or read David Foster Wallace or Harry Potter, you get this. But in all these cases, it's the extreme fans who really ruin things for the rest of us. If you're a good fan, we've said this a million times, if you're a good fan, you want everyone to enjoy what you enjoy.
You want everyone at the table.
So here are some tips for behaving in public so you don't drive everyone else away. All right?
Okay.
Don't act like the object of your fandom is better than Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Rick and Morty.
What if Shakespeare? What if Shakespeare's your fandom?
And he says, well, hell, maybe it is. A Midsummer Night's Dream is overrated. But
That's the only one I like.
but you but
Guy
you
doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Obviously, you never read 12th Night, sir.
Nick Doug.
this is but
Hammett
you're,
will kick your ass.
this is but you're setting up an impossible bar for this thing to reach. And when someone finally tries out the thing that you love, they might be disappointed.
True.
That's why they're reluctant to hear you out. They know you're setting this thing up so high that you've destroyed your credibility.
Yup.
So in the future, when recommending something, just convey it.
I really like it.
I really like it.
Yeah.
I think it's terrific. Don't say it's the best thing ever.
Right.
I think
Well, that's
it's the best.
Wait, should I
thing
not call Blade Runner 2049 a masterpiece?
Well, you're a movie critic. That's your job.
Goddamn right.
It stinks. Not Blade
And there's a distinction now between the movie critic and the movie blogger, but that's another show.
ever. We should do that show.
Yeah, we should do
Uh,
that show.
Second, don't wrap your entire life around one piece of culture until your identity is indistinguishable from it.
Who am I?
Think,
Am I a Rick or am I a Morty?
think twice before making the characters your avatar and screen name or comparing absolutely everything to one piece of pop culture.
I'm doing good so far.
Love it, recommend it, point out all the ways it's excellent, but don't let it take you over.
Okay.
Because what's left of you when this thing goes away? What kind of life is one defined by? By consumption. If you've invested too much in your fave, you'll value it more than other human beings, and you'll start doing the abusive things that are mentioned in this article.
And then you've got too many log lady costumes left when Twin Peaks goes off the air.
Knight Rider's over. I guess I'll go to Team Knight Rider.
Here's another one. Think critically about which character you compare yourself to.
Because you're all Jerry's.
It's true.
I'm probably a Jerry.
You're all fucking Jerrys.
Fuck no, I'm not a fucking Jerry.
Black Jerry.
What you call me? What did you call? You don't say that word. That's our word.
Shut up, Jerry.
Jerry? Do other characters view this character as an asshole? Do you try to emulate even their flaws? Do you think you love this character more than its creator? These are all red
I
flags.
don't try to be like anybody on Rick and Morty.
They're all very flawed characters.
Well, except for Mr. Poopy Butthole.
Well,
He's
I mean,
great. He's
again,
great.
taking.
I am bird person.
I mean, taking this beyond Rick and Morty. I mean, think critically about which character you compare yourself to. I know a lot of guys who are huge Punisher fans.
Yeah. Or as
And
we
they-
call them in the South, white supremacists.
And
Oh, wow,
and
okay.
I want you to think really hard about that. Yeah, great character and everything, but
you know
again,
what he likes to do, right?
you got to back away from it.
Because PTSD shouldn't be your superpower.
That's right.
No, and I'm not
No,
saying
it's just
I'm not
good
saying
aim.
I'm not saying that all Punisher fans are white supremacists. I'm just
No.
saying if you've lived in the South or in Central Oregon for any period of time, you'll notice that there's an alarming amount of Punisher stickers on white supremacist
Yep.
cars.
Yeah. Catchphrases are sometimes food. You don't need to scream "Pickle Rick" into the YouTube comments like a football chant.
Which I've seen,
You don't need to wedge it into every remotely related conversation.
which I've experienced.
What are you talking about, Pickle Rick?
Oh.
It's like playing your favorite song as your morning alarm. It ruins the magic.
What you mean, Black Jerry?
And here's some of the examples he gives. The cake is a lie. I took an arrow to the knee.
Yep.
And finishing sentences with bitch.
Yep.
What you talking about, bitch?
Well, the,
Oh, happy Halloween, bitch.
well, and it's hard because you don't if you're not participating in the fandom at the exact moment that the fandom drops, then you're observing from the outside.
Yeah.
So I don't have the network that plays Rick and Morty. I don't have Cartoon Network, so I usually wait until it shows up on Hulu or Netflix. So how do I perceive Rick and Morty as it's happening? I perceive it from people literally yelling "Pickle Rick"
You're
in
like,
conversations
what does that
or in
even
comments.
mean?
I don't get it.
Yeah.
And I end up seeing the articles of the fucking, they're calling them fandom now, FANDUMB, the fandom out there that are actually, I heard more about the guys that were gatekeeping the women that wrote the Pickle Rick episode
Oh.
because women can't write Rick. Bullshit, they can't.
Yeah.
That, no,
Look
that,
what they did, man.
So that's what I end up hearing, and I'm like, well, wait a second. Now I have to wait. I have to wait 6 months
Yeah.
for this part of my brain to get that shit out so that I can enjoy the show.
Oh boy! Just wait till you do though. It's the best thing ever. It's better
I'm
than
sure I'm
Shakespeare.
going to love it because
It's
I
better
like
than Shakespeare.
I like the
Better than
first.
Shakespeare.
I liked the first 2 seasons a lot. I thought they were great, but
All right.
but man, when Black Jerry shows up, I'm like,
Here's another one. Don't yell at people for not liking what you like.
Yeah.
Don't tell them they're too dumb to like it.
don't shit on their carpet.
That's the fandom equivalent of "you're just jealous." All right. Now
Hey,
back
Scott, I'm so sad for you.
now to this.
I'll pray for you. Thoughts
Don't
and prayers.
don't be abusive. Much worse than the annoying fans, while often opposed to them, are the elitist fans.
Cuck.
They also love their fave too much, but instead of spamming this love out to as many people as possible, they try to hoard it for themselves, insisting that other people, including the people who make it, don't deserve to join the fandom.
right.
While the conversation above is probably made up to impress who exactly, it's common for fans to test other fans. And it's overwhelmingly a male-on-female attack.
That's what we call gatekeeping, kids.
Yes.
Sounds like a bunch of neckbeards.
Sounds like a douche.
Well, and again, I encountered it
Yes.
last time really heavily. Not so much at Archon. Was in a comic book store in Southern California.
Yeah.
I had to step in the middle of it and go,
Yeah, we had. I've experienced it firsthand 4 times with my daughter when she's come with me to comic book shops. Guess what? Kid grew up in a household where this shit is common knowledge.
yeah.
So if you want to get schooled by well, she's 17 now, but at the time that it happened, guy was going around the room. Who's that character? Who's that guy? Like he's fucking the sentry at the gate that's going to allow her to buy a comic
What a
book.
piece of
Yeah.
shit.
Well,
Even,
Well,
if,
yeah.
even if she didn't know the answers, who gives a fuck?
Well,
Yeah.
don't be a fucking dick. And
Well,
then Deborah Jensen had that where she was trying to find a shop that she could put a hold at.
Yeah.
and they were quizzing her on her Spider-Man knowledge. Like you have to know fucking Spider-Man knowledge to enjoy Spider-Man and want to read a comic
First
book.
of all,
Exactly.
asshole, be glad that you have a fucking customer in your store.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because- yeah,
And second
And
of all,
especially
who
a
gives
beautiful
shit?
one like Deborah Jensen.
yeah.
With some disposable income, you dumb fuck.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like
Very
your
intelligent.
shit is a fucking luxury. Like it's not
But-
not
but it-
necessity.
Especially at $5 an issue.
Exactly.
And the thing is, you guys got to realize, last episode during Broken News, I asked intelligent, but I was a newbie to Blade Runner. I watched it. I asked questions, and I learned, and I want to watch it again. That's the best part
Sure,
about
if I
being
walked-
a geek.
If I walked into a comic book shop and picked up a comic that I'd never read before, and they started quizzing me on it, like, you want me to buy this fucking thing or not? I'm not going to answer your fucking questions. I want to read
Your
it.
fucking business. I never
This is
heard
one
of
of those.
Spider-Man.
This is one of those areas where communism works. Geek communism is the shit. You want to share that knowledge. You want to share that wealth. You
Yeah.
want to take the resources of your geek knowledge and share it with those that are willing to benefit from it. You don't want to be some geek venture capitalist.
It's one of those concepts that seriously I can't wrap my brain around it because I'm just like, why the fuck would you do it? Like, if someone wants to watch something they've never seen before, let them watch it.
I just remember all those sessions of D&D in 1985 where we're just like, oh, I wish girls played this game. And now
Yeah,
women
exactly.
and now
Right.
women want to play D&D, and people are like,
Well,
I don't know if I want any ladies.
They're
You know,
just pretending.
she's just going to want to play some goth. Cool.
My
Let's
biggest-
role play a goth.
My biggest reaction, like, let's just say, take Blade Runner, for example. Like, if someone's like, I've never seen Blade Runner, I wouldn't be like, ew, gross. I'd be like, seriously?
Let's watch
Oh,
it.
you should totally watch it.
Yeah.
It's like, it's really good. Like,
Yes.
And I was excited to talk to you guys
Yeah.
about. It's the same thing. Fucking Battlestar Galactica. You guys love that shit,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, I'll check it out. It's the best, like, month and a half of my life. I was a better
and
person.
I watched half of it. I didn't really care for it. But
Yeah.
guess what? Oh, well. I
and
mean,
that's
like,
fine, and that's
who gives
okay.
a
Yeah.
shit?
You're
I've
just not
suggested
smart
Rick and Morty
enough.
to friends.
Yeah, I'm not smart enough. I'm definitely not.
Well, I just like to say that Battlestar Galactica was no space above and beyond.
Cock.
remember when they jumped the Galactica into the atmosphere of New Caprica? Remember?
You know, there's a comic book coming out that's going to be the old Galactica versus the new Galactica.
I want actors.
Oh, really?
Well,
I
they're,
have the
they're
same-
drawing Lorne Green.
Yeah,
They're
that's
drawing,
great. But until
Let's
Lauren,
say, hopefully it's an act off. We know who will win.
I have this when they said they were going to finish up Pushing Daisies in the comic book style. I'm like, well, if Brian Fuller draws it, maybe I'll read it.
Yeah. All right, let me get back to this.
Yeah, sorry.
It's no coincidence that this behavior is largely committed by men against women. Why would you possibly single out women to test unless you believe that women are inherently less capable of enjoying things? And why would you believe that unless you believe that women are less human?
Replicants.
So that's
Jesus.
Well, I always quote Leigh, like, 51% of the population? So fuck off.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, it's people were touting Rogue One as this huge success for equality with women in a movie, and there are people that are saying, I don't want to watch a Star Wars movie with a female lead. It was like, guess what? She's got 6 guys hanging out with her, so it's not like you're completely being overwhelmed with
Exactly.
estrogen.
I don't give a shit with 6 girls hanging out with her.
No,
I mean,
because
goes
if
back
it's a
to
good story,
Ghostbusters. Who gives a shit?
Exactly. If it's a good story, it's a good story.
Hey, it's a human character with feelings. You'll find some relatability there.
Just entertain me.
That assumes that they're
Exactly.
human, Kerry.
That's the problem.
You know.
Most despicably in behavior that recalls the sexist and dumb as rock abuse of, for example, Breaking Bad actress Anna Gunn.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes back to Rick and Morty. Some Rick and Morty fans have harassed the show's women's writers, threatening
Because-
them personally.
Dan
the
Harmon.
fuck?
Dan Harmon said his writing room had to be half women, half men.
Good.
And
Great. Blaming them for ruining the show. It got so bad that a Reddit moderator who worked on the show publicly called him out all at length. He was cheered by many decent fans, as with most fandoms, the vast majority of Rick and Morty viewers are decent people, pissed off that some jerkwad is giving them all the bad name.
Yep.
Dan Harmon lit into it, and here's
did.
what he said. And this, again, don't just apply this to Rick and Morty. Think about this.
No.
These knobs that want to protect the content that they think they own and somehow combine that with their need to be proud of something they have, which is often only their race or gender. It's offensive to me as someone who was born male and white and still works way harder than them, that there's some white male fan out there trying to further some creepy agenda by protecting my work. I've made no bones about the fact that I loathe these people. It fucking sucks. He pointed out that not only is this disgusting, it's also stupid. The fans thought that if a woman writer was credited with writing an episode, that somehow she was the only one who worked on it. But Harmon says, I want to scream at my computer, you idiots, we all write the show together. So don't be that guy.
Don't they take turns
what-
giving different writers credit for the episodes?
Yeah.
So that yeah.
Don't get so full of yourself for liking something that you think you own it. You don't. The person who made it owns it.
Like 15 people write every episode of fucking everything.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's like
Yeah.
a Beyonce song. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yep.
And when they see you're trying to hoard the enjoyment that is theirs to freely give, they will strike you down with furious vengeance. They will point you out in front of everyone and show you how little you actually know about the thing that you defended.
Look what they did to Leslie Jones.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The
And-
shit Leslie Jones endured after that Ghostbusters
I
movie.
cried.
yeah.
I cried reading those tweets because it
that's
made me
just
realize
inhumane.
that
Those
people are,
people-
Ridiculous.
yeah.
But it said right there that they ruined the show. Where?
Oh,
What-
and
what
in
was
particular,
ruined?
they're
I
ups-
What was ruined?
It's because it got popular, and they're pissed off that it got popular.
It's the
It's
same
not their
thing.
little
It's-
secret
It was
anymore.
popular in season 2.
Yeah.
It wasn't as popular. This third season
It's been
is-
insane.
Yeah, it's not hanging out with your buddy singing "Get Swifty" in your hotel room. It's everybody's in the park.
Bonsai,
Yeah,
dude.
but everybody's doing it. So
Yeah,
Well,
but here's the thing, though. That you have more people, though. Guess what you'll probably get?
More
More
Rick and
fucking
Morty.
Rick and
Yeah.
Morty.
Well,
Exactly.
that's the thing, and I use the band U2 as an example of this because, I mean, we were playing U2 on the radio, the album Boy and all those before the Joshua Tree album,
Right.
those albums.
The Apple contract.
We were playing them
you mean the one everybody remembers?
exactly,
Yeah.
and then the Joshua Tree came along, and it exploded, and I noticed so many fans went, "Oh, fuck those guys!
sold out.
They sold out. They got popular." I'm like,
It happens
I
with
don't
everything.
understand
It's
what
like-
you're talking about. This is one of the greatest albums of all time now.
Yeah.
Well, it
And your
happens-
band did it.
It happened with like punk rock and
Yeah.
all that shit. It's like, oh, now you know about my own little private jerk off, and then it's no good anymore.
I would be happy to say, oh, yeah, you like you too? Listen to these albums,
Yeah.
Because here they are,
Well, I
Anyway.
stopped liking them after Rattle and Hum.
And then he finally says, when you encounter this type of fan that we've been talking about, what do you do? Don't abuse them.
Yeah.
Quietly ignore them or guide them toward the light. Work from an assumption that they truly enjoy the fandom and simply didn't realize the depth of conversation that they can have. Treat them as your ally, but remember that they probably don't want to be educated. After all, if any of the above describes you, you hated this lecture.
There you go.
Well, we experience that all the time owning the restaurant that we own, that people don't want to talk about what it is that we do and why we do it.
Yeah.
They get uncomfortable, and they think we're judging them and that we're better than them, and that's true. We are. But
That's not what you should be focused on.
no.
But I-
listen to my calming voice.
The theory that I would say, like, if you encounter that kind of thing, I think of the Simpsons episode with when the big giant monsters come to life, and she just goes, "Just don't look, like, just turn your head,
Yeah.
and just fucking they'll die."
Well, and you even commented on it a couple weeks ago, Jimmy, is about how with your Facebook statuses, well, people got mad about that shit because you
Oh, my
asked
questions?
Yeah, because you ask a question. You're
Oh,
a
yeah.
fucking film critic, of course. Like, of course you're gonna ask
Engaging
questions
your
about
audience.
movies, but it's just like you're just engaging your audience.
It's like
I don't give a
it's-
shit if I was asking questions about the fucking wallpaper.
yeah,
Who
but
gives a
if-
shit? Why do you care?
If you don't like it,
Fucking
just-
move on.
Just
Roll.
don't look.
It's the
just
same.
don't look.
It's the same thing I say to the kids, to Steph. Not everything that comes into your head needs to come out of your fucking mouth.
Exactly.
Or
be-
onto your fingers.
or out of your fingers.
I wish administration.
Jesus
believed
Christ.
that.
Keep some shit private, fucker. I don't say that at the
I think if a
Which
Facebook,
I wish you wish.
if
you
it's a Facebook status like that and it gets you revved up, you got fucking
Yeah,
problems.
exactly.
You got
I-
way more problems than
I
my
had
fucking movie questions.
An experience when the Wonder Woman movie came out, and a guy I was talking to, because I was excited about that movie, mostly because I watched it with my daughter, who had a hero on the screen that wasn't.
Well, yeah.
She wasn't objectificted. She
That
was
was- that
she was
was-
an ass kicker, right?
That was so transcendent for me.
Yeah.
Seeing that.
And so I was talking to this guy, and he goes, "Oh man, it's so great. She was. I'm going to paraphrase, but he's like, she was so fucking hot. I just wanted to fuck her."
Oh wow, okay.
And I'm
Wow.
like, okay, I thought it was cool how much ass she kicked. I thought it was
Yeah.
cool that, she led a squadron into battle in World War I. Yeah, and I kind of wanted to punch him, but at the same time, you got to change the conversation into the positives. Maybe
Yeah.
That's and now this dude knows that that's the conversation I want to have. It's not going to be the conversation about how hot this character is. It's going to be a conversation about how cool that character was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about Michael on Star Trek Discovery, how hot she is. I want to talk about how cool the show is and how mad
What a
CBS.
fucking badass.
And
She's
how
so smart.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
she's a role model.
God, that show's
I'll
fucking
just-
great.
I
dude.
I wish I could watch it.
Me too.
It's
Arr, that's all
great.
I'm gonna say.
You need to watch it, but what you can see is Milady, Charlize Theron on the Orville.
That was
I
good
have
too.
not watched that one yet.
Oh,
So good.
yeah, like that.
I didn't
it's a-
honestly. I didn't
she-
think I would enjoy both of those shows as much as I do.
Exactly, yeah.
You know,
It's
and I
just
and I
great
like
to
them for
see-
2 different reasons.
We haven't had
You know?
2 Star Trek series on the air concurrently since DS9 started.
That's right. And that's what you've got.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the Orville is.
The Orville's an ass.
I
kicker.
realized on the Zoo episode,
Yeah.
and they handled gender identity.
Yes.
That episode
way,
is fantastic.
When my kid looks at me and goes, "Hey, they handled that okay," I'm like, "What? What?"
But you know what they did? Though? They ended it not the way I thought they would.
Exactly.
Me too. That's why I was like,
No,
oh,
they.
yeah.
If you watch a lot of Star Trek, they ended it exactly like I thought they
Yeah,
would.
why?
Because there's an episode in Enterprise where Trip and T'Pol have the first human Vulcan hybrid, and you're going, "All right, here's your first human Vulcan corpse,"
Oh wow.
and it was a baby, and you're like, "Oh, cool," because they were talking about genetic superiority.
Yeah.
So
It's
no,
great.
I mean, it's Star Trek with jokes. That's what I
It's-
tell people. You know, when I pretend that I'm watching Next Generation, I do because it feels so much
it-
like
no,
it.
feels it.
it is. It is a love
Yeah.
letter to
it
that
even
show.
cuts to commercial like next
Exactly.
And it comes
Exactly.
back, and it comes back
Yes.
from commercial.
And
So,
yes.
And so when one guy says, "Well, you don't have to be a dick about it," I imagine Riker, you know,
Right.
is saying
Well,
that,
that's
and that's
why-
really funny.
It's just it's Star Trek, but it's like, why like even that far in the future would we not still talk like we
Right.
do?
Exactly.
Instead of like a bunch of weird robot people.
You know, it's
Yeah.
a couple
You know?
hundred years, but we still have references
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
to stuff
and-
that happened
Well,
today's
and
time.
the Charlize Theron episode starts with them watching Seinfeld.
Yes,
Exactly.
I was going to say any show that starts with them watching Seinfeld.
Watching Seinfeld on the bridge on the big screen.
Yeah, right?
And the practical joke.
the practical joke was
and
good.
I like that it's
I'm
true.
not there yet.
I like that it's true
I'm not
to
there yet.
itself. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Well, it's like a workplace comedy
yes.
Yep.
surrounded by great
With all
great
the,
sci-fi.
all the
And-
Star
and-
Trek trappings.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I love that you mentioned they're like how they go to commercial like they do.
Yeah.
And Kat goes, "That was kind of weird." Like that. And I
That's
go,
Next
"That's
Gen.
how Next Gen used to
Exactly.
do it."
Next gonna be like,
Right.
"Oh, Gold Dukat just beamed onto the bridge
Yep.
with a phaser rifle." Dun, dun, dun. Synth score. Nah, fade to commercial.
Oh, it's
and then when it
it's-
comes back, it's a shot of the ship, and then
Yeah.
they go back inside.
And I like
Yeah.
how
I love
like
it.
400 years from now, like black people still just say the same like one-liners, and everyone's like, right on.
Yeah.
I do think
He's so
think
underused.
that's
going to
be the one.
That's the one thing that pisses me off
He
about
is.
that show.
The one shortcoming of Orville is going to be the same shortcoming of almost every Seth MacFarlane show. Lately, I've been watching Family Guy while I'm painting because it's just background noise, right? The shit from the early 2000s. If you don't remember the pop culture reference,
Oh.
you're lost. You really are. You're like, well, that might have been funny if I knew what the fuck they were referencing. So, and that's kind of a lot of the stuff that they're doing on Orville that they're spoofing on. The stuff like showing people about the uniqueness of people through Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That works. It's
God, it was
timeless.
so
It's 50
funny.
years
Yeah.
old. It works. But riffing on a show that just happened or a pop cultural event that just happened works right now. Will it work in 10 years?
No, we'll
Will it
see.
work in 20 years?
We shall see.
full power.
The Rudolph reference is
but,
such a great.
But then back to the real Star Trek that's happening
Oh,
right
Discovery
now.
is so
Discovery.
good.
It's really good.
It's really, really good.
I'm just surprised that they actually
it.
put on a show that literally freezes every 4 minutes and stays that way.
Arr, that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
It's available on Netflix. It is readily available on the internet.
I'm just gonna see if my old alias Salvador Jojo Johnson is still as skilled as he was in the late 1990s.
But yeah, I'm totally enjoying the new Star Trek series.
But you haven't watched the latest one,
I
right?
haven't watched the third or the fourth yet.
There's
Yeah,
a fourth
so-
already?
yeah.
By the time this is out, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, so
Sorry.
the third one, it's when she finally gets assigned to the Discovery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that fucking, the captain,
Malfoy.
Haven't met him
cool.
yet.
he
yeah.
is fucking creepy.
He's way cool.
And he's creepy, though, too,
Just
right?
interesting to watch.
Yeah.
Jason
Cool.
Isaacs.
Yeah.
He's one of the great
He's-
underrated actors of our time.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
Lucius
his character,
Malfoy.
Kerry, you're going to fucking dig that dude.
I'm watching it using my Xbox, and it's working fine. Lee says because I'm paying the commercial-free
Well,
version.
Jeremiah Lupo's also paying the commercial-free version, and he's had no issues.
He's had no
either.
issues?
No.
I pay for the commercial version, and I've been okay.
Okay. Well, and the other one
So-
I was told is that, maybe it's freezing out on me because I'm trying to watch it within 3 days of when it aired, but that shouldn't be an issue.
No,
No,
that
it
should
shouldn't.
not.
Yeah.
If that is the real issue, that's BS, and
Yeah.
CBS
And
needs
I'm-
to get their act together.
I'm not unique in this problem. I
Right.
know Egg Foo's had issues with it, and there are entire web pages dedicated to why can't CBS All Access work on my device.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
but 24 great Klingon houses. I found that intriguing.
Yeah.
Because by next gen, I think there's only 12.
Look into that, would you?
I'm trying. I'm doing my homework.
Do some research.
I'm doing
for
my
me.
homework, but I think there's only 12. And that's why I ended up watching the last season of Enterprise, because they talked about the reason why we had the human-looking Klingons in the 60s.
I was going to ask about that.
Yeah, so...
Because they don't even look like the next-gen Klingons.
no, because... Yeah, that's different, and it might be that we're only seeing some of the houses because they literally might be tribes of Klingons that have genetic differences.
Okay.
We also noticed that albino Klingons are
Yeah.
inferior.
Whoa.
Which is kind of cool.
Well, I thought it was a clone.
I think he was just a genetic.
Just a genetic
Yeah.
albino. He wasn't a clone of.
No.
Oh, okay. I
Is this from the new
misunderstood
one?
that then.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
So-
So, in Blade Runner 2049, this is what really happened.
So
It's in the second
Oh,
episode.
in Enterprise, they explain that some people that were obsessed with Khan Noonien Sung and his Uber people,
Uh-huh.
the eugenicists, they took some of that information to Klingon to try to build these master Klingon warriors.
Oh.
And part of the problem was it dissolved the cranial ridge, so they looked very Klingon, but they actually had 5 or 6 episodes of Enterprise where you've got these kind of reddish-brown Klingons with no forehead ridges that are running around.
They look like the classic.
Yeah, and so they
Interesting.
in order to stop that eugenics experiment had a virus that got attached to it that was wiping out the Klingon Empire.
Oh.
So they built an inoculation using that strain that caused their forehead ridges and some of their stature to diminish, and it was passed on for several generations. And by the time next generation came by, they'd figured out a way to reverse it.
Okay.
Okay, so your next
Cool.
assignment, I need to know this,
Okay.
is because from the classic series, we had the 3 main Klingons,
Yeah.
and they wound up being on Deep Space Nine later,
And they're friends of Dax.
friends of Dax, but they had their ridges.
They had them
on
by the
Deep
ti-
Space Nine.
by Deep Space Nine because they had reversed the genetic engineering that had happened.
Okay.
Their fathers had the inoculation around the time of Enterprise, which is
Yeah.
only 130 years from now, our timeline.
So there was Kor, there was Kang,
I can't remember the third one.
and John
Kolos?
Kodos.
Kodos? Yeah, something like.
Yeah.
Oh no,
No,
this is an
that's
alien
Simpsons.
from Simpsons.
Yeah.
Kang
No,
and
that's where
Kodos.
they stole it from.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
it
yeah,
was-
those 3 were back to actually being Klingons again, and they even joked about it on the episode of Enterprise where it happened. They're like, "Oh, maybe somebody will get into cranial reconstruction in the future." But what I do know is there's a book that also explains the differences in the uniforms
Oh, okay.
because that's confusing. Discovery is an old ship. What was her original ship? Michelle Yeoh's.
Oh, I can't
Oh, I
remember
can't
what it was
remember.
called.
Sonju.
The soju. It's
Yeah.
it's the Korean rice wine. Of,
It was an old ship, and the crew wore the old uniforms.
Yes.
Those old uniforms were like 50 years old, and only the Constitution class ships were wearing the new uniforms. So that's how they're trying to explain the differences.
yeah.
So, here's another question.
I heard it was a show.
Does this show does it follow the original Trek timeline or
Yeah.
the
Yes.
movie Trek
Yes,
timeline?
yes.
Original Trek.
That's what we're told.
Original Trek.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 years
It's
prior.
fun
right?
to watch.
There's a book an official canon book that actually has Michelle Yeoh's crew on a mission with Captain Pike's Enterprise crew.
Okay.
So, and they're actually making fun of the new uniforms. Not they're making fun of the original
Pikes?
Enterprise uniforms. They're like,
okay.
oh, those are shiny.
Oh,
Those are
okay.
sure bright. Those don't blend into anything.
All right. You got we got anything before we head out? Do you have,
Blu-rays.
Blu-rays.
Yeah,
we
we
got
got
games.
games, yeah.
Tony? All right.
Cuphead.
Here we go. You
It's
ready?
all about Cuphead.
Damn.
I hear it's hard. Is it?
It's
so hard.
Yeah.
Is it?
Everything I've read about it says I'm not going to play it.
So
It's Cuphead out now.
damn it.
It's too hard.
Go on. Our friend Kari, her boyfriend ordered it, and they've just been swearing at their TV for like 2 days.
See, I was going to
Yeah.
buy it, but now I'm not.
You don't need to.
Okay.
Go on YouTube
Oh.
and just do no dialogue Cuphead playthrough.
Yeah.
And it's about 45 minutes long, and you can just watch a dude play Cuphead from beginning to end.
Okay.
But when you watch him battle the devil in his casino,
Oh, see, that's what I wanted.
it's so great.
That's the one coming out?
Oh,
I
should
thought you were saying
should
Cuphead.
Oh, I can do all the
Whoever's
games
ready-
right now if
whoever's
you
ready,
want.
Yeah.
Okay,
October's
so
a big month, I know.
It
so.
is a huge month. This would be the Siberia comes out on the Switch, that game came out quite a while ago. It's one of those point and click adventures. It's kind of a cult favorite, but they're redoing it for the Switch. Fire Emblem Warriors for the Switch as well. So you got some RPG action right there on the Switch. Party Golf. I don't really know what that is.
It's just like Top Golf, but with
Yeah, a
Different
video game.
characters.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You play a pudgy 70-year-old with obvious diaper leakage.
Yeah,
Sounds like
You don't. Leave,
sounds interesting.
you don't
He's
leave
the
the
best
house.
golf player ever.
You know it.
I
I
never
know
get my
it.
ball in the water.
Everyone knows
I
it.
will tell you this.
And then you got WWE 2K18
Yes.
coming out, so you can play your favorite wrestler
Or make your own.
or make your own
It's
wrestler.
so easy to make me in those games.
It really is.
It really is.
I had you fight Gandhi once.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you make your own wrestler. You can make him skinny. You can make him fat. You can make him wear nothing. You can make him wear
got
plaid shirts and hats.
glasses.
The wrestlers.
Done.
There's also a game called Dungeons 3 for the Xbox One and PlayStation 4.
Ooh, I didn't like
Looks
Dungeons 2. It's spooky.
Looks like an RPG. I haven't read into that one very much.
S&M game.
Ooh.
Oh, God.
I'm playing Claudia Schiffer.
Banana.
Is that your code word?
Cacao.
Pineapple.
Your safe word. Gran Turismo Sport for the PS4. If you're into the car racing, that one's coming out this week. Looks pretty good.
Put machine guns on the cars, and I'll play them until the end of
Twisted
time.
Metal 2
Do those
is a
cars have
legendary
blinkers
game.
yet?
No.
Trying to get by.
Blinkers on a racetrack. And the other one that looks really good this week, finally, after several delays, we have South Park, The Fractured But Whole.
God, finally.
Yeah. So it's made by the same people that did the first one, The Stick of Truth, and
Which I loved.
I'm playing that game right now,
Yeah.
and it is great.
So get all these
It is a
games
really
out of the
good
way
game.
before Battlefront 2 drops in November.
Yeah.
And
Battlefront
So
2.
I recommend calling up GameStop if you want to hear. Hopefully they say it correctly. Well, thank you for calling GameStop, where you can reserve South Park: The Fractured Butthole, and see if that gets you anywhere. And then ask if Battletoads is in stock.
Battletoads.
Battletoads.
Is there new Battletoads?
No.
Oh.
That's where you can get a previously played copy.
All right, what do we got?
Well, there's a big one this week. That would be Spider-Man Homecoming.
Oh, what's this week? Oh,
Man,
yeah.
that's been out on digital forever.
It has been. It's been playing nonstop at my house.
Yeah, it's been playing nonstop at ours, which is interesting. I wonder. I guess they can play in two places at once.
Yeah, maybe. Then you got a
I get it.
DC animated Batman versus Two-Face. It's coming out.
Oh, this is the
This is the last Adam West
Batman
one,
66.
yeah
Adam West and Shatner.
Shatner as
right?
Two-Face. Yeah.
Yep. A
Wait,
nice guy.
what?
A nice guy and an asshole entered the recording studio.
Yep.
Isn't it? You decide which one is which.
Oh, I already know.
Samurai Jack season 5.
Yes.
Very
This was
good.
fantastic.
It was awesome.
I need to
Very
start
good.
watching that.
You sounded just like Tom.
American Gods season 1.
Yo,
That
show is amazing.
that show's bonkers.
I never watched it. I think I'll.
No,
I'll pick
Jimmy.
it up.
Jimmy.
I'll pick
Hey,
it up.
Jimmy, that's like
Well, I
I
tried to yar with somebody, but nobody would do it.
hey yo, I yard my way to shit through that.
I own it if you want to borrow it.
Yeah. It's a modern day Game of Thrones, in my opinion.
If you like Queen Latifah, Girls Trip's now out.
Oh,
you guys.
that
You guys
seriously.
let's all get together and watch it. Have some margaritas.
It's like Sister to the Traveling Pants, but with grown-ups.
They're kind of
Black
re-releasing
people.
all of Studio Ghibli's movies on Blu-ray. So Kiki's Delivery Service, My Neighbor Totoro, Princess Mononoke.
I think that's because the rights to the Studio Ghibli movies transferred
did they?
transferred publishers or whoever produces them, so they can re-release them now. And
So it's not with Disney anymore?
no, it's not with Disney anymore.
Well, that's weird because Disney put most of them out on Blu-ray.
Yeah,
So,
So I guess they're probably trying to cash in again.
yeah, they're trying
Yeah.
to cash in again, basically.
Ah, gotcha.
because I know, like with Totoro, they did two different versions of it actually exist with two different voice casts in English. There was one that Fox put out, and then there's the Disney redo with, which is actually better.
Interesting.
A movie that I already bought on Amazon. It's a terrible purchase, but I don't give a shit. It's called Vice Versa.
Yeah, Fred Savage and
Judge
Judge
Reinhold.
Reinhold shit.
What?
Fuck, Jimmy, why?
It was $7. I don't care. Fuck you.
God damn.
Those $7
God,
could have bought a
toxic
Somali
fandom right
orphan.
there.
I'll say. Right
Could have
there.
donated that $7 to Lee's Kickstarter, man.
Oh, even
already-
though he donated far more than $7.
Yeah,
to my
I really
Kickstarter.
did. So fuck you too.
Oh.
Oh,
say Jimmy
Shannon,
could
you
buy,
will like
like-
this one though.
I doubt it.
The Good Place season 1.
Oh yeah,
That show's so good.
I might buy it just to see if there's any like good or like if there's
I bet
good
there's
extras.
extras.
on
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna get that for your birthday, plus vice versa.
it. My birthday's already passed, bro.
Well, I guess you ain't getting shit.
I just want that guy
Yeah,
from.
you gave me that Roddy Piper
I know.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
I want a spin-off where the guy from Parks and Rec, where you go to the bad place with him.
Which guy?
The guy from Parks and Rec.
Which guy?
There's a bunch of guys on that show.
Ron Swanson?
Ron Swanson?
No, the guy from Parks and Rec that's on The Good Place.
Oh, Adam.
Adam.
Yeah.
Adam Driver.
Yeah.
It's too bad because he's on Ghosted, and I like it.
I want to check that out.
I
It's
liked
not
it.
high art, but it's pretty good.
I enjoyed it.
What is nowadays?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Other than Rick and Morty.
Yeah, Rick and
Vice
Morty.
versa.
Now, James had something that he wanted to talk about.
James, get on this mic.
James has got a project.
He's just on the ball. Look at him.
Okay. I hope you. It's amazing.
Why do
can
you
bo-
sound like a Morty right now?
He moves so well, even with the arthritis.
All right, here comes James.
Okay, here we go. What's up, dog? Oh, hey, guys. So I don't know if you've noticed, but we've been putting out some more fun stuff on the Geek Show page. And if you follow Gadget Spot, if you have an opportunity, stumbling Shannon through Comic-Con was a good one.
Stumbling
But
I wasn't. Everybody thinks I was drunk. I wasn't drunk.
No, you're just happy.
Remember why I slammed 2 beers, but that didn't mean I was
I do
drunk.
remember that.
Yeah, that's
if-
that's just staying hydrated.
If you want to watch two T-Rexes fight, Shannon makes them fight for $3.
And then I fucking
Doesn't
Yeah.
give it
I
to
bailed.
him.
So, anywho, starting November 1st through the end of December, I have committed to a nutritionist and a personal trainer, and I'm doing the Hollywood superhero diet, and I'm gonna document that and record it and see how it goes.
It's where they eat nothing but just work out.
they eat nothing but superheroes.
So, anywho, stay tuned for that. I'll probably re-announce that when it comes out mid-January, give or take a little bit. But
Where will we see that?
probably
on
on
our YouTube
YouTube.
channel.
On YouTube?
I'll release it on YouTube and Facebook and stuff. But pretty excited about that. And then once we get done with that, I want to cover there's more stories, especially here in Salt Lake, that I want to tell. But might as well just start with this because I want to see what it actually takes to become like a Chris Pratt or something like that. As much as you can in 2 months.
I would say you don't
And,
have
it's
the
like,
time.
and you don't have millions
Chicken
of dollars
breasts.
either.
Yeah, you don't have 6 hours a day to
Chicken
work out.
breasts.
See, people always make me laugh. They're like, how
chicken
did
titties.
they get that big so fast? I'm like, well, you give me a check for $2 million. I have nothing else to do.
and a personal trainer. And I've got painting demonstrations and
yeah.
game stuff on YouTube too.
And I wouldn't be surprised if there's more Shannon Explorers
Yeah.
coming up because
I think you should do
for
Costco.
some reason people
Yeah.
You should totally go to
go,
Costco.
go on special on sample day.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
this is fun.
every
Every
day after
fucking day
11.
is sample day.
I think you and Dennis at the downtown Costco should just wander
Me and
around
Jeffy, we used to go on sample dates, and the old ladies liked us so much they'd give us extra.
You
It
can,
was nice.
you can seriously no shit go for a full blown lunch.
Yeah, no, we did. I'm not even joking.
They get paid by the sample, so they weren't giving it to you because they liked you.
Shut
They're
up.
Giving it
It's
to
not
you
true.
So
Because
this
they
It's
got
not true.
they got paid more.
Just
and
let 'em have
you
this.
Were,
Nice gatekeeping.
you were willing to eat that.
Elma loves me.
Just let him have this, Leigh. Just let him have it.
You were willing to eat
Thanks.
all of those Totino bites.
Thanks for destroying a cherished memory of my late friend.
Yeah. God, I wish I had.
He's
a
not
friend as
dead. He's
cool
just
as
late.
Jeff.
He's not here yet.
All right.
Chicken breasts, James. Chicken breasts.
All right.
Every day.
Mr. B, if you would.
This ham is so fucking good. Okay, it's like the best fucking thing in the world.
It gets paid by the
And
sample
you're
too.
stupid because you don't like it. And and honestly, I think it's too much for girls. That's what I'm just gonna say.
Too much ham for girls.